Nobody brings swords into battle anymore, and fighter planes don't have propellers, so when one country builds an army of machines, what are you gonna do? Hey everybody, it's Joel Tiger with Stegosaurus.tv. I've been watching footage from the 2022 World Robotics Conference in Beijing, and there is a theme to most of the exhibits. Your job. From barista bots to burrito bots to open heart surgery droids, nobody is safe from the AI-induced unemployment line. Business is competition, and if having robots make the coffee makes the coffee cheaper, then that is where people are going to spend their money, and that is where Starbucks is going to invest theirs. Warfare is also a competition. Incredibly high stakes competition at that. There is no army on the planet that currently carries swords into battle. There used to be. But once the musket came out, the swords started to wane in popularity. Swords were originally made out of bronze, and they sucked. But during the Bronze Age, bronze was the state-of-the-art technology, so that's what everyone used. Iron did exist during the Bronze Age, but nobody knew how to make an oven hot enough to melt it, so the material was considered useless. Well, that soon changed when ancient humans figured out that melted iron mixed with carbon creates steel, then swords got awesome! And they stayed awesome for thousands of years until the musket came out. But the musket kind of sucked! You had to reload it after each shot, and it was a process. So swords stayed in fashion. But when the ammunition cartridge was invented and mixed with a revolving or reloadable magazine, then swords went bye-bye and guns became the standard tool of every army on the planet. World War I was trench warfare. Yes, there were fighter planes and early tanks, but most of that war was fought by men with guns in trenches. A muddy, bloody affair. World War II, however, was all about the machines. Tanks, planes, and big-ass battleships were the hallmark of that era. Historians have noted that having these new inventions of war is part of what gave Hitler incentive to storm Europe and try to take over the world. Like, hey man, check out my new gun, we're gonna go take over Paris with it. The first country to be invaded by the Nazis was Poland, and no joke, on the first day of battle, the Polish cavalry rode out on horses to engage the Germans. They quickly retreated because the Nazis had armored trucks with machine guns. Blitzkrieg was the term Hitler used to describe a swift invasion and victory of another country. A combination of panzer tanks and crews hopped up on methamphetamines, yes, I'm serious, turn this word into reality. But a funny thing about World War II and those panzer tanks is that even though they were meaner and tougher than the American Sherman tanks, the Shermans used replaceable parts that could be changed quickly in the field. The panzer tanks were all different under the hood, and if they broke down or got shot up, they were usually just abandoned in the battlefield. Many historians agree that it was America's manufacturing capability that gave the Allies the biggest advantage in World War II. The United States could build tanks, planes, guns, and ammunition faster than the other guys. Hey, they just shot down our planes and blew up our tanks. No problem, we got more on the way right now. Yeah! So fast forward to a very near future. Who do you think is going to win the next World War? The country who makes swords by hand and sends their army out to battle on horses? Or the country with an automated factory cranking out Terminators around the clock? It's a very inconvenient truth. I don't like it, you don't like it, but it is the reality that we're all gonna have to accept one day. The United States had no knowledge of atomic bombs before World War II. It was Albert Einstein who wrote a letter to President Roosevelt explaining what an atomic bomb was and why it was important for the United States to invent one before the Nazis did. And even though the Third Reich collapsed before the prophecy could come true, the Soviets were quick to follow suit and develop their own atomic and then nuclear weapons, and the Cold War between the US and Russia began. Human history is a constant escalation of warfare technology. It is a hallmark of our existence. We can quote all the Isaac Asimov we want to, but robot soldiers, Terminators, are coming, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. Soldiers and police officers cost money, and any technology that reduces the cost of operation is usually what becomes standard. Combine that with warfare escalation, and we are screwed. The Terminators are coming. They want your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle, and there is nothing you can do because they work for the government. Hasta la vista, baby. Thank you for watching Stegosaurus.tv. This is a new channel, so please like this video and subscribe. It helps tell YouTube that we are worthy. My name is Joel Tiger, and I will see you in the next transmission. Later, Earthlings.